skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
And I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. Thank you to you and Matt for filling in for me last week.
We had a great time.
Served on my jury duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super weird editing Top 5 Fridays videos that I wasn't a part of.
Yeah. It's like you get to be the first person to see it.
It's like I forget. You know what I mean?
That's the exciting part.
It's like I feel like I should have been there, but I wasn't. Right. So then it's like this weird mental where was I?
Right.
What happened? Anyways, good to be back. I'd rather be here than serving jury duty. Couple things before we get into the week's news. Our 4th of July sale is still going on. Hope everyone had a fantastic Independence Day yesterday. Bob, how was your day?
Great. Got to do the whole Stowe 4th of July experience.
Which is quite an experience.
Yeah.
If you've never been here for the Stowe 4th of July experience, you know what I did? I avoided the Stowe 4th of July experience, having lived it many times. It is very, very fun, but also a bit overwhelming at times.
You have to form a sense of detachment from reality for a few hours and just kind of give yourself to the world.
I'd say the detachment from reality happens from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah. So, that sale is still going on. Essentially what happened there, I think you and Matt talked about it last week, but we added a bunch of stuff into the outlet. I think before we went into the sale, there were 800 products in the outlet, and now there's 1,760. So more than doubled the size of the outlet, and then take an extra 10% off, which isn't too dissimilar to what we normally do. We often give out 10% deals on top of deals in the outlet already. So the big thing here is just the addition of new stuff.
Yep.
Jesters.
Is that your deal of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, I apologize because I think our inventory manager raised the price a little bit because I sent a Slack message, a company-wide Slack message
right?
That was is this right? And somebody was like, yeah, it's no longer protected under MAP. And I was like, I know, but that I think it went up $10. But
still.
It's still a really good deal.
Yeah.
And I've always been a Jester fan. And then the other thing I wanted to mention before we get into the news is our warehouse sale is just over 2 weeks away. So 20th and 21st of July,
Yep.
Obviously. We'll be opening up this building to the public. So we talked about this, a few weeks ago when we first put up the event page, but we're getting pretty close, so we'll be talking about it a lot between now and then. I would say, if you can make it happen, I would make the trip here. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of great deals in that 4th of July sale, but certain things just random single skis that just exist and isn't worth our time to put back into inventory, so then they're not on the website. But things like that you can find at the warehouse sale.
Yep. Yeah, it's always fun walking around the Thursday or Friday before.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing price tags on skis. And
there's one old green QST 106.
I saw that the other day. One.
Somebody's going to get that ski for nothing.
It got returned to us last year or something like that.
Yep.
It just never made it back online or something.
Yep. So that's kind of a good example. And that's all I have to say before the news. Anything from you, Bob? Oh, we did these
M-Pro.
We did these Dynastar M-Pro 94 and 100. We did a combo review, partly because I spent a lot of time on the 94. Bob, you spent a lot of time on the 100. We didn't feel like we were quite ready to give them a half an hour solo review. So I thought combining them was nice. And I think we mentioned in that we'll do some on-snow reviews and videos testing those skis this winter. And then new M-Free 108 as well.
Right.
Which will be exciting to spend more time on. Ready?
Ready.
All right. First topic of the week, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, one of my favorite sections of our government.
I hadn't planned ahead to think of my favorite one.
That's fine. They are predicting another La Nina winter. take away what you want from that. I think there was actually some interesting quotes. There was another article. I don't remember who put out the article, but they were kind of questioning the importance of these El Nino, La Nina winters anymore because they don't really seem to be particularly telling.
I suppose, like, from a planning perspective, if the Pacific Northwest and, like, southern British Columbia is expecting more snow, they can plan accordingly with services, snow removal, stuff like that. But, I mean, we always just get a kick out of it because the weather here in Vermont specifically is extraordinarily unpredictable and variable.
Very volatile.
Yeah, there's no...
Yeah.
This doesn't have anything to do with us, ever.
It doesn't really feel like it. I agree. But essentially what they're kind of predicting is specifically a colder, wetter winter for the Pacific Northwest. So, yeah, it could be a great season to book a trip to Whistler, but certainly don't get mad at me if you do. And
I was going to ask, does this report make you want to book your Whistler trip?
I am getting married in September, and we did talk about going to Whistler for our honeymoon.
So there you go.
I'm out of money because of the wedding, so I will not be booking a Whistler trip this winter. So that's likely what's going to happen in the Pacific Northwest, or an increased chance of that. And then, you know what's it's going to do here, Bob? I wrote down it's going to rain on Christmas.
I give you like a 90% chance of that being correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talk about that a lot, not necessarily in Top 5 Fridays videos or in any kind of Ski Essentials content, but talk about it just with like people that visit Stowe a lot. And everyone, I think, thinks I'm joking when I say that.
We've been on a horrid stretch.
It's got to be
Christmas
9 out of the last 10 years.
I think so.
It's at least, it rains around Christmas.
And to be fair, it has also snowed.
Yeah, it snows first.
Yeah,
and
it
then
just
it rains.
does both.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, not to dissuade people from, or not, like, I don't want to just be responsible for ruining the economy of Stowe during Christmas week, but so many people book ski vacations here for Christmas and then are like bummed that it rains. And I'm like, a little bit of research could have told you that that is a pretty likely scenario.
Or that like 100% of the mountain isn't open.
Yeah, people are always like, why isn't the mountain open? It's like, well, it's only had snow on it for a month.
Yeah.
And it rained 4 inches yesterday.
Yeah.
So
it's that expectation versus reality thing that we always deal with.
But you know what? It's made me not love, but tolerate and appreciate skiing in the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Big rain skier. Yeah. So that's all I have for topic number 1. I think we spent plenty of time on that. A lot of gondola news lately, Bob.
Yeah, I know you're happy about your gondola news.
Pretty exciting time to be Jeff Nagel and be a fan of gondolas.
Be a gondola fan, sure.
Second topic of the week, Doppelmayr Ropeways will be doubling the size of their U.S. headquarters in Salt Lake City. This is both like headquarters, like business offices, and also manufacturing. It will be a whopping 220,000 square feet, which is a number that I don't even really understand.
That's like the size of our warehouse here, right?
It's 100 times the size of my house.
That's a better perspective, probably.
So take 100 of my house and
you
can build some gondolas there. Yeah, I don't know what the warehouse is.
I don't know.
20?
50?
No. I don't know. Come to the warehouse
you
sale
can
and measure yourself. I wrote down the future of gondolas is strong. Feels like a political statement that like a presidential candidate would say.
Yeah, everyone can agree on that.
Yeah. The State of the Union is strong. Is that what they say?
Yeah, even if it's not strong.
Yeah. Anyways, the future of gondolas is strong, but seriously, there is a lot of Utah-based ski resort development and expansion right now. So, not surprising.
And I don't know if you knew this about me, but Doppelmayr is my favorite chairlift brand.
There's what, 3?
Yeah, a couple.
It's, do you know what your least favorite?
Yeah, the one at Waterville.
Yeah.
Whatever that 6-pack at Waterville is my least favorite.
Yeah.
Thing stinks.
I apologize to Waterville Valley for bringing this up. I think it's a lovely place to ski. If you're going to Waterville Valley, I would encourage you to ride that lift like once and then just ride the T-bar at the top.
Yeah, stay up
'Cause
top.
that's super fun. But boy, there's an Industry on Snow demo at Waterville just about every year, and that lift has broken
Doesn't work out so good.
many times.
Yeah. Including, well, we weren't on it for the big breakdown, but
Yeah.
we got stuck on it for a good 20 minutes last year.
Yeah. And like
So-
the company doesn't exist. That was like the one
I don't know.
gondola. I don't know the details. Somebody out there might, but
Yeah.
they're not like a reputable.
There's no Doppelmayr. I know that.
Well, are you going to take a trip to the new headquarters?
Yes.
Said that with such confidence. I don't know if you're joking or not. Third topic of the week, Indy Pass has announced 10 new resorts, bringing their total to over 200 resorts, Bob, meaning that you can officially now ski over 400 days in a calendar year.
I wonder what the record is. I wonder who's got the most
400.
Indy show-ups.
I think it's like, it's some sort of like parody comedy video about like things skiers say.
Yeah.
And one of the scenes is people on a chairlift, and they're like talking about how many days they have this year. And somebody's like, I have 80. And somebody's like, I have 120. And then there's one guy at the end of the gondola that's like, I have 400. And somebody's like, there aren't. And he's like, I have 400.
That's what the Indy Pass people are going to do?
Yeah, they're going to ski 400 plus days a year. Anyways, these are mostly in New England and Japan. Here in New England, pretty exciting, Middlebury Snow Bowl. Mount Abram, which I spent a considerable amount of time at as a child. My mom still skis there regularly. Camden Snow Bowl, which is in the backyard of more of my family. They ski there all the time. And then Ragged Mountain in New Hampshire, which I've never been to.
No, me neither.
I've never skied Camden Snow Bowl either. It's supposed to be incredible. You ski like down to the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, not like down to it, but you can see
You
the
see
ocean.
it. It's like down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also get Hatley Point in North Carolina and Cape Smoky in Nova Scotia, which is now on my list of resorts that I would like to visit.
Another fun fact about me, Jeff, my family came through Nova Scotia down to northern Maine in the Boston area. So Nova Scotia is a big part of my family's
The
heritage.
St. Pierre heritage.
Yeah.
I would have guessed Quebec.
Oh, well, part of it came from Quebec too. But I am also interested in Cape Smoky. One gondola.
Yeah.
That's the lift.
And it's the only gondola in Atlantic Canada.
What about like Mount St. Anne or something?
Does that count
like
as
that?
Atlantic Canada? I don't know
don't
what
know.
defines Atlantic Canada.
But another place where you can see the ocean.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
No, it looked like a really cool place
Yeah.
to ski. And then there's 4 areas in Japan that I didn't write down because I didn't think I'd be able to pronounce them accurately.
I mean, that's going to be that's going to be ski areas 396 through 400 for
Your days.
an Indy Pass skier. Like it's going to be tough to get there.
So let's just like maybe we'll touch on the fact that there are only 365 days in a year. So
Right.
this is all just a big elaborate joke.
Well, no, you can do half days at places. You could
Fair enough.
Middlebury, drive over to Maine. I don't know what else is in Vermont, but you can knock off a few in a day.
You think you can get so we asked this question, last year, whether you could max out your Indy Pass?
Right. Yeah, like how many is too many?
It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
So, anyways, pretty exciting. If you're an Indy Pass customer, you got 10 more options. 4 of them are in Japan. That'll be harder to get to. And then last topic of the week. This one's exciting for me personally. Newschoolers.com is owned by Newschoolers.com again. And that hasn't been true since 2007. So this is really exciting. If you're unfamiliar with Newschoolers.com, check it out. If you're not at least familiar with park skiing culture, you might not like it and might get the bounce rate might go up for new schoolers. But it truly is kind of I don't know, not so much anymore, but at one point it was the central point for park skiing. It was kind of the hotbed for development and opinions and thoughts and discussions and edits and just everything. And now social media has kind of diluted its importance I'd say, depending on how you want to look at it. But I'm really excited that they are back to being independent and looking forward to see what happens in the future.
I mean, like pioneers of ski forum.
100%.
Like that's kind of what I think about it. And
Yep.
like my generation kind of missed it. You know, like it wasn't
sort of, yeah. I mean, part of your generation started it, sort of. But yes.
Yeah, that wasn't like a big part of my group and peers
Yep.
ski life, I guess.
Yep. No, that makes sense. I mean, it basically. So it was formed in 1999.
Yeah.
And that was kind of right at the start of the twin tip revolution, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it did kind of miss you a little bit. I have been a member since March 2003.
Nice.
Yeah, just a long time ago, 21 years. Crazy. But anyways, they sold or were bought in 2007, then got like bought and sold and kind of just passed around through different corporations, and then they officially bought it from the Arena Group. And just now, prepping for this video, there were 23 members online, including myself. And I remember when there were hundreds.
Well, maybe they'll get back to that now. Back to the roots.
I think it'd be really cool. And I think if the park skiing community kind of collectively gave more weight to new schoolers and maybe less to things like Instagram, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, but like new schoolers feeds Instagram too.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose I wish it was just more like the other. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is just old Jeff talking, just thinking about the nostalgia. And then, anyways, just moving on to our edits of the week, because the first edit of the week is new schoolers at Windell's. These videos are always fun to watch. You just get to feel the summer camp skiing culture, which is quite a culture.
This is the Wild West out there.
It is the total Wild West. I mean, it is like the dream scenario for any young park skier.
Oh, yeah.
It is the coolest thing you could possibly do. You get to see a little bit of camp life in this, and then mostly skiing from Parker White and Jonah Williams, who are always very fun to watch. And then we've got kind of a recap or highlight video from the Scandinavian team battle at Copenhill.
Yeah.
Just wild.
Very weird.
Turf
like
skiing around that big building. I don't remember what that building is. We've talked about that plenty over the years. And then we have the downhill course preview from Les Getz. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's always what I thought it was. From Pink Bike. These are really cool. They just give a point of view camera to one of the junior athletes, and then they commentate. I think it's very well done.
And this course actually looked like I could do part of it.
Like the beginning, where it's just flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's obviously some drops and features that I would happily walk around, but
they go real fast.
Yeah, that's the key. And you can never tell by the camera. You know as well as anyone that pitch doesn't come through on camera, but
no,
it actually looked like something that was reasonably approachable.
No, I generally think about that when I'm watching our footage from Nosedive.
Right.
I'm like, why does this look so flat?
Yeah.
When, like, if you've skied Nosedive, you know that it's not flat.
And you can get going very fast.
Even the part that kind of flattens out is still not very flat.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's it. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Shaping up to be a nice weekend here in Stowe.
I'm going to go jump in the lake this afternoon.
Some beautiful, beautiful summer weather right now. So, I hope everyone enjoys their weekend, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.